Good morning. This is Peter Meyerson at Radio Entrepreneurs, sitting in for the inimitable Jeffrey Davis, and assisting me, or participating with me, because I view him as a partner here, is David Soper of Wicked Local Marketing. Did I get the name right this time?
You did.
Okay. Sometimes I do things right. And we are sitting in the offices of the University of Massachusetts Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship in Fall River. And we are very thankful to them for hosting us this week. And it is a really lovely facility. And today we are happy to have as a guest Latonia Francois.
My name's Latonia Francois, and I'm the owner, the trailblazing owner. Everybody it's a name I have titled and
That's
coined
probably
myself
good enough,
with.
you know.
Yep, trailblazing owner of Let's Write Life. I'm a mom. I have 2 daughters. I have a husband, and I am launching, or I have launched, Let's Write Life to be, or the business is my way of inspiring people through my story of how I overcame depression and changed the course of my life through some specific and unique journaling techniques that really helped me improve my life.
Well, that gives us about 4 questions to ask. So, what's your journey and what are your techniques and what did you do before?
All right, so for the last, as soon as I graduated college, I had started my own business called H&L Imprints. It's a design company. I went to school for business and did what I learned to do.
So you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Yep. And so I ran the business for the last 9 years, and when I became pregnant with my first daughter, there was a lot of stuff going on in the background of my life that I realized I needed to change, and it had to do with my silent struggle with depression. And I was out of work due to the pregnancy, and I spent a lot of that time just really reflecting and thinking about how can I get rid of this depression once and for all, because I had been dealing with it in the background of my life for years. And I finally came to a point where I just wanted to end it. I was so depressed that I didn't really see the value in living my life anymore. And with the baby on the way, I knew I needed to start to change that. I didn't want to be at such a tough stage in my life. So that's kind of what started to prompt me to think about changing the course of my life. What I realized once I wanted to change my life around, I went through, I kind of compare it to a eat, pray, love scenario where I was trying to just pinpoint different ways I could find out how to not carry on this depression. And I had always journaled. Then a memory came to me of my daughter's birthday that had just passed. And the memory triggered such a joyful point for me that it made me realize what was really important in my life. And before, I didn't have a pinpoint for that. And so once I realized what that pinpoint was, I started to change my journaling into something that I could continue to create sources of joy in my life. Now, at the time, I didn't realize I was going to have to face a lot of things when I decided I wanted to start changing my life around. Things like facing my fears, going back into my past and dealing with people that I had tried to avoid confronting for so many years. I kind of went into this just thinking, you know what, I just want to be happy. I want to just start there, and didn't know what that happiness was going to cost me until I started this journey. And so when I started Let's Write Life, that's what I had gone through so much and faced so many things and learned so much along the way that when I started Let's Write Life and trying to share my story with others, I was sharing with them this journey. So it's really the journey I took, the way I realized when I looked at my old journals that didn't want to waste any more energy into things in my life and in my past that I couldn't change. I used to just write and vent and use energy being angry and negative and just letting my journaling be a outlet, but I wasn't letting it be a empowerment source, a solution to actually helping me change the course of my life.